turned up. Let's go.
What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx today. I'm going to be reacting to Game Theory, The Secret Life of Markiplier by the Game Theorist. Now, I did not know what to expect, but the thumbnail is a picture of Markiplier and it says, "Can we trust him?" So, is Markiplier hiding secrets or something? I don't know, but I am intrigued. Like, I don't think has Matt ever done a video on like an actual YouTuber besides PewDiePie? I don't think so. Anyway, with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Game Theorist. Without any further ado, let's begin.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. My name is WharfPat, and we are joined on the couch today by a very special guest. It's the man
Oh, is this an interview?
you love to tolerate, Matt Pat. Let's give him a round of applause, shall we?
It is an interview, but I thought it was gonna be with Markiplier. If it's Matt.
What? It's time for your interview. How about it's time to not have a cringy intro joke at the expense of Markiplier personalities? I don't think you get to decide what happens here today, Matt Pat.
Yes! We're tired of living in your shadow, Matt Pats. It's time that we take back control.
Is that like Darkiplier, but it's Dark Matt?
Take back control? Since when did my channel have all these cheesy alter egos? Nothing is as it seems.
Nothing is as it seems.
I'm king of the squirrels.
You're king of the squirrels. I'm pretty sure it's iDubbbz, actually.
Hello everybody, my name is Matt Pat and welcome back to Game Theory, the show where I'm constantly asking myself the deep existential questions like what qualifies as a game theory and what qualifies as a film theory. Well, that line's about to get a bit blurrier since smack dab in that juicy gray area is today's episode. An episode where I work
Because he plays games, but at the same time, it's not a game, so it's more of a video.
to expose the secrets of Markiplier, one of YouTube's top gamers, top channels, and top creators. But when I say expose, I'm not asking you to whip out your tub of popcorn Keemstar style or start the Markiplier is over party hashtag trending on Twitter. I'm not Shook or T-Spill after all. Nope, Markiplier is far from over. In fact, he's only just beginning. You see, the secrets I'm exposing today are the pieces of a conspiracy that he's been seeding across
Conspiracy? This is some heavy stuff.
multiple channels and dozens of videos for nearly 5 years. An underlying plot woven throughout his and other creators' uploads that even his most hardcore of fans probably overlooked. But now, now that he's empowered to make whatever he wants,
I have the opportunity to make literally whatever I want, whenever I want.
so what truth am I exposing about Markiplier's channel? What lies in the future for Markiplier? Well, loyal theorists, it's simple. He's gonna be revealed as a murderer.
What? Man, these are some heavy claims. These are some really heavy claims.
Let me explain. Over the course of 6 years, Markiplier has done over 4,000 videos on YouTube. People wonder why so many YouTubers these days are talking about burnout. Anyway, in order to do that much content, you're gonna need to test out a lot of wacky ideas, and Mark's videos are certainly no exception. From staring at a banana for 5 minutes to carving pumpkins dressed like a little German girl. Wait, 3 million views on 5 minutes of him watching a banana? 2 million on him warming up his voice? What do I do?
Well, he does have 20 million subscribers, right? Or something like that, so that's still like 10% of people would watch it, which is like average per YouTube creator, where around 10% of people will watch your videos. For me, it's actually like, 5%, I think.
Doing with my life? Why would I spend tens to sometimes hundreds of hours working on a video? But perhaps most notably has been him introducing various characters into his Let's Plays and comedic sketches over the years. Some, like Googleplier, Dr. E. Plier, and Bim Trimmer appear in a small handful of videos, but then
Bim Trimmer?
well-known recurring personalities like the pink-mustached Wilfred Wolfstache and the evil Darkiplier. Now, here's where things start to get really interesting. Unlike most other YouTubers who would use these characters as just one-off jokes, it's becoming increasingly clear that Mark is using them to create an extended universe of
He's created his own, like, Marvel universe, or, like, a story woven into his videos that have gone on for, like, 5 years or something. That's crazy. If that's true. You never know.
sorts, and that these alter egos, led by Markiplier, are actually engaged in a plot to overtake Mark's channel.
I would not mind getting in on some of that action. Sign me up.
It all begins with what seems like a throwaway joke at the end of an upload in mid-2017 titled Markiplier TV, in which Wilford Warfstache is in a pitch meeting with the other alter egos. But Markiplier implies that there's something bigger up his black and white glitchy sleeve. Take Back Control seems to imply that the alter egos are out to become the main focus of the channel. Later on in the scene, Markiplier acknowledges that the channel exists.
Okay, what if they're actually fighting for Mark instead of the channel? Like, obviously they want control, but what if they're fighting for control of Mark? What if it's like a multi-personality disorder or whatever? And each one of these personas or characters is like one of the characters in his head or something like that. And they're all kind of fighting, and they're trying to get control so that they can control the channel through Mark. That's some crazy stuff right there.
Also knows that the only reason he continues to exist is that the audience cares about him. It's something that Mark openly acknowledges about the character's lore when he's asked about it. For the people picking Markiplier as their favorite character of mine, I don't know who Markiplier is. He is not a character I play. I don't even know when you all started calling him by that name. You made him real. In fact, Markiplier's lack of focus on the channel in the past irks him. After the character was put on hiatus for a while, he makes a surprise reappearance in the middle of Mark's Valentine's Day special, A Date with Mark.
Yeah, I remember that. I reacted to this one.
Markiplier, where he reveals his frustrations.
I've been pushed aside, replaced, mocked.
And this is something that Mark openly acknowledges about the character in one of his charity live streams as he speaks candidly about the creation of this scene.
I joked about Markiplier because it didn't seem like something people wanted to take seriously. Markiplier is a completely separate entity from who I am.
What I'm saying is that what if it's in his head, right? Like it's an entity in his head or something like that. Where there's a whole bunch of them in his head. Kind of like that movie. What's it called? Where the guy's like 21 different personalities or something?
But he admires what I've accomplished. He's a social manipulator. He is literally 100% manipulative.
So basically what we're talking about here is Markiplier's Legion of Doom, a creepy, manipulative, evil persona leading a band of alter egos to take down Mark and steal his success. But why then is there this emphasis on Markiplier being a separate entity from Mark?
Because he is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
To understand that, we need to look at Mark's most ambitious project to date, Who Killed Markiplier? Last October, Markiplier launched a 4-part miniseries titled Who Killed Markiplier, along with an ancillary website to help
Okay, I don't think I saw that video.
tells more of the mysteries and pieces of evidence. What at first seems like a beautifully shot, goofy little murder mystery a la Clue actually turns into the origin story for Mark's most prominent and most dangerous alter egos, Wilford Warfstache and Markiplier. The story goes thusly.
Really? I didn't know that. I'm probably gonna have to do that series now because I was not aware it existed.
When Markiplier, yeah, just regular old sexy voiced King of FNAF Markiplier, winds up dead at a poker night with his childhood friends Damien and the over-the-top Colonel, it's up to you and Abe the detective to discover the culprit. To get a truly complete picture of the solution to this mystery, you have to pick apart subtle clues hidden in the videos. A room appearing here, a female hand there, the lilt in a voice, the repeated motif of red and blue colors, or honestly, you could just watch Mark's I Explain Everything video for 3 hours.
We're gonna play the video here.
And Mark explains it all for you. Well, that kind of takes a lot of the work out. Also, this person here, is that Rice Pirate?
And we're gonna play it in like half speed and talk about it from top to bottom.
Long story short, Mark, Damien, and the Colonel all grew up together. Mark falls in love and marries a girl named Celine, who gets stolen away, not in a romantic way, by Jumanji Reject over there. Mark, heartbroken, hatches a plot
Jumanji Reject.
the friends together for a poker night, then plans to fake his death, for lack of a simple explanation, and frame the Colonel for his murder. Oh, and the house is controlled by an evil entity in charge of a parallel plane of existence that can bring people back to life. You know, just a
What? That's a plot twist right there.
A minor detail there in the story. In the end, the revenge plot works, just not in the way he expects. Mark's soul steals Damien's body, the Colonel goes insane after watching his friends die and then come back to life, and your body, yes, you, the character that you play in this whole story, your body ends up getting possessed by the red spirit of Celine, the blue spirit of Damien, and a little sprinkling in of Evil House Entity for flavor.
Oh, so that's how Darkiplier is created? Oh, that's cool. So it's both these two together in the character.
The Colonel, convinced that death is now meaningless, goes on to become the insane killer / news reporter Wilford Warfstache. You can tell because his red suspenders fade to pink as they age. And your character's unique mix of souls becomes Darkiplier, as evidenced by the female hand grabbing the cane and the red and blue split motif that comes with Darkiplier appearances that directly mirrors the blue soul of Damien and the red soul of Celine.
Oh, that's crazy.
As the person who's been watching this whole time, well, you're left behind as irrelevant. You're irrelevant. Helplessly watching Darkiplier as he walks away with your body. Now, here's why all this is important. It establishes an internal lore with the channel. Mark isn't what he seems.
Yeah, that's actually, like, crazy. I don't think any YouTuber has done that. Well, McJuggernuggets would probably be the closest. Oh, but it can't be because, his channel was based around his dad raging. You know, or his dad would get angry, and then, you know, his story would continue, and the story would continue. Markiplier is a gaming channel, but like every now and then he would have something like this appear, where it would kind of build its own little story, that's really unique. I don't think any other YouTuber's done that, where, you know, it's not even their main thing. Because Markiplier does games, but then every now and then he would insert something to further a storyline or something like that. That's cool. That's cool, and I don't think any other YouTuber's done that, at least to my knowledge.
Markiplier, by being a key figure in all these narratives, is himself a character just like Wilford or Darkiplier is. A character who devised a plot to kill someone, possess their body, and continue on with their life, which includes a life creating a successful YouTube channel.
Everything I thought was real was a lie. My life is a lie. I think I'm going crazy.
That's how Darkiplier can say things like,
And then he had the gall to not invite me to his little adventure with you.
That clip from A Date with Markiplier is happening after the events of Who Killed Markiplier. We know this, 1, because Dark exists in the first place, and 2, because of this line.
I'm tired of giving people a choice.
Which is a direct...
Well, guys, so it turns out I just realized I've been filming it wrong the whole time. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. See, there's nothing here. There's nothing right here. There's nothing right here. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna flip over and continue on with the reaction. See, this is how it should have looked the entire time.
reference to this moment from Who Killed Markiplier.
I won't force this on you. You have a choice here.
What this means is that any video at any time on the Markiplier channel can be Mark in character. In fact, they could all be Mark in this character. And if we're being honest, Mark's character in this fictional metaverse is, quite frankly, a jerk.
Welcome, welcome, one and all. My name is Markiplier.
My name is Jeff. Sure, he went through this personal heartache at the hands of the Colonel, but he went on to steal the body of his friend. And look at this. We see it in the meta ending of A Date with Markiplier.
I used to be somebody. Maybe not something good, but I was somebody who worked on great projects. Now I'm working on this bull.
Hey, what's your language? This is 2018, not 2015.
Obviously, this isn't the Markiplier that we know and love who's creating this series for us to watch. Adding to that, we know that this is an older Mark who's been in a long-term committed relationship because of this line.
Any calls?
Your kids called.
I don't care. Tell me when my agent calls me.
It's Mark inside Damien's body, but it goes beyond just the scripted narrative sketches. Listen to this from one of his normal...
It's freaking crazy. And there's so much here, there's so much here to like try to get my head around that it's kind of overwhelming, I guess.
Vlogs.
I make videos, but I can make great videos.
Would Mark the person ever call his work bad? Or be this arrogant on camera? Or is this Mark the character? Here are some other good quotes from that particular vlog.
I used to be so...
Yeah, when I saw that, because I did see this video. When I saw this one, I was thinking it was a little bit weird. Like, I don't know why he would say some of the things he says. It sounded off. Are you telling me it was, like, all part of this plan? It was, like, sketched? Or it was, you know, planned out? Because I thought it was just Mark having, like, a slight mental breakdown.
Someone that wanted to be someone else. The soul behind the channel. And so Mark took the back seat. You know what I mean?
Even stuff like this.
You see, now that you actually play that, it makes so much more sense. Because when I saw it, you know, when it came out, I'm like, oh, this is weird.
I haven't been honest. I haven't been open.
Mark, you talk openly to the audience all the time in live streams, vlogs, whatever. Unless, of course, when you say you're not being honest, you really mean that you're not being honest about who you really are. And if you think I'm just stretching out this fourth wall breaking theory on Mark's channel,
no, that's what it actually sounds like that. It actually sounds like that, and the more that's revealed here, it makes more sense. I think Mark, you know, has put a lot of time into this crazy like plot and storyline. So are you telling me that eventually it's gonna get to the point where the other like Darkiplier and all of them win, and then they take control of the channel, and they'll be doing Let's Plays? I think that'll be interesting.
I'm not. The characters have been breaking out and crossing over into the non-skit video. Take a look at Mark's playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club. Each video has a poem written in the description box by a different character. The first poem is clearly by Wilford, since the closing line is, "Let's have some fun."
Why don't we have a little fun?
I want to play a game.
The opening line of the poem also mentions, "Once upon a time I had an afro," and wouldn't you know it, but 7 months after this video was posted, we get ourselves Wilford Mother-Lovin' Wharf Stash, the continuation of Wilford's...
That is Mick. This is a total side note, but that bald guy right there, he's a YouTuber that I've been following for a long time, and he's part of Oni and G's crew, kind of. Anyway, that was a total side note, but I looked like him when I saw him earlier on.
Story post Who Killed Markiplier, and what do we have? Him in an afro.
Oh snap.
Episode 4's poem comes from Darkiplier. The mention of thrones and kings directly connects to the way he speaks in Darkiplier versus Antisepticon.
This world, only one of us can control.
And the most important one is reserved for Markiplier himself. In episode 5's description, a mind you'll break, a soul you'll shake, a life you'll take. It's all your fault.
I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. Just like the amount of thought that went into that is insane.
It's about Mark, and how in the story he intentionally broke the Colonel's mind and then shook Damien's soul free from his body to steal it, and how he's eventually going to kill someone on the channel. So why does any of this matter? Well, first, we just confirmed that a top YouTuber is a murderer. He's kinda like Ennard. He scooped the soul out of someone else's body and spaghetti roboted his soul into it.
I love it. And this is like a gaming YouTuber, right? This is someone that, you know, a couple years ago people would say, oh, you just sit and play games, you don't have any talent or whatever. And I think Mark really goes against the grain and shows people that, you know, you can sit and play games, but at the same time, you can be really talented, and you can be really skilled and whatnot, because I think this takes a lot of skill and talent to pull off something this elaborate.
You'll never actually be sure which Mark is speaking to you, actual Mark or character Mark. It's incredibly meta. But even more importantly, it gives you a preview as to the direction his channel's headed. Clearly, there is this literal Legion of Doom fighting for control over Mark's channel, and Mark is now building out their backstory. It looks like the alter egos are truly making their move to take back control over the channel.
That's awesome.
The returning motif of a retro TV, just like in Markiplier TV. Even the line, it's a reference to the channel, how Mark made it at a time when he was at his lowest of lows. But this time, based on the creepy imagery, it looks like it might be telling the story of Celine. Notice the female figure floating there in the abandoned cabin in the woods. Could it be where the Colonel kidnapped Celine to? We'll have to wait and see. But lastly, and most importantly, this matters because this is the cool stuff that is just so exciting to see on YouTube.
Yeah, this is freaking awesome. This is freaking awesome.
Talented visionaries getting to make the stuff that they wouldn't be allowed to make anywhere else. And I hope that other creators are able to follow Mark's example. And
I think it would be hard for other creators to follow Mark's example. Honestly, I think it takes a lot of skill to pull something off like what Mark has done. And this is over the course of years. So this is in the plan and in the making for a long time. So it makes you kind of wonder, when did Markiplier get fed up with doing Let's Play videos and decide, you know, I want to create a story arc that's going to span over the course of years just to keep things interesting, right? Because from the very beginning of his channel, I highly doubt he intended that this would happen, right? Like, he probably was playing games, and he got kind of bored or fed up with it. So he's like, all right, let's create a story. And slowly he's built it up and built it up and built it up to where we are now.
that the platform rewards that creativity in kind. But hey, that's just a theory. Who even cares at this point? A theory! Bye-bye!
I think that was awesome, and I think Matt's correct here. And, you know, as I said, I think it's insane the amount of, like, work and thought that went into what Mark is doing and has done. And this is over the course of years. It's not like a month or two he's had this plan and process or progress or whatever, right? It's been going on for a long time. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video. And yeah, I don't know, can you trust Mark? Can you trust Mark? Because apparently at any given time, it could be any of the Marks talking or whatever. I don't know. It's freaking weird. It's freaking weird. And it does seem like they are fighting inside of his head almost. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys like this. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. If you do, subscribe and join the family. Also, make sure you guys go subscribe to the Game Theaters, and I'll see you guys next time. Boop!